Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The race starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
It is time. Friday night. That means the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series. It's 2025. Started off with race 10. Tonight we're at Homestead, Miami Speedway, 1.5-mile track. We have a huge field. Happy New Year, everybody. We are live on YouTube, the new streaming home of Midwest Motorsports. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're going to go green for 101 laps tonight. And Dustin Reinstedel has put it on the pole. Congrats to Dustin. Perfect conditions for Homestead, Miami. A huge field tonight. Great to see 27 truckers with us tonight. Not going to know what to expect. Got lots of good racing. I'm James J. I'm joined with Walker McNulty. Walker, what do you think we're going to see from Homestead tonight?
I think it's going to be a great race. Last season we had an awesome race here. Homestead always produces good racing. You got the bottom, you got the top, you got the middle, you got the wall, you got everywhere. Even the hot dog stand, we might see somebody there at some point too. Love this place. Super fun track. A lot of tire wear, and it's a great one for every kind of car, and then trucks, of course.
Yeah, that's right. Tonight we're racing trucks. Dustin Reinstedel in the number 11. Ian Silva on the outside of the front row. They get a great jump. Ian Silva is actually the first one across the line as we are underway for 101 laps tonight. Homestead, Miami is your source for Midwest Motorsports trucks. We are racing.
Good start there from Dustin and Ian getting themselves single file, and then we've got the two Asselins behind battling for third position, and then a big old swarm of trucks back there fighting for the fringes of the top 10. Got them 3 wide in the background. Oh, the big ass fans truck gets loose coming out of turn 4 there. Jason Phillips going to lose the spot. The returning Mike T.O.D.D. Mike Todd on the outside. We're 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 with a little bit of by 3 looking like it might be happening soon. It's a great start so far.
Competition caution at lap 15. Can we get there without another caution? I hope so. I believe so. Everybody starts off with the tires they qualified on, and we have 3 sets of tires in the pits. We are looking at some green flag pit stops, we hope. And you're going to have to go without taking tires on pit stops, as there are only 3 tires on the floor. So we'll see how the racing goes with a 30-lap window, maybe 28 to 35. Of course, unless you're Eric Thaler or Brandon Cotton, then you might get an extra 5 or so laps. See how it goes. No change up front. Dustin Reinstedel, Ian Silva, John Asselin. But back here, 7th through 12th, we got side by side. Is the high line going to come in right away, Walker? Does it take some time to walk in, or?
I think it'll take a little bit of time. Yeah, I think it'll take a little bit of time to come in. The tire wear usually makes the top turn into the good lane. So, you know, we'll see how it all turns out. The bottom should be pretty good at the start of the runs, and then we might see it a little bit gravitate towards the top. So we'll see how it goes here. I mean, you can see right now it's pretty much equal top and bottom.
My picture is breaking up, so apologies. There we go. Discord finally did a refresh, but I'm back in action. We got 2 and 3 wide. Some people going high, riding up against the wall. That's Steve Ansel in the Pepto-Bismol 24 on the outside of Travis Jones. Michael Sabia looking on the inside of Travis, decides the better use better judgment.
These guys getting the Homestead stripe on the side of their trucks here already. Got
Yes,
quite a
they
few
are.
of them banging up against the wall in the middle of the corner.
We got Mike Samia. Like he's right on the bumper. Travis Jones. Travis Jones gives Jason Phillips a little joint and comes back out in the line just in time. Eric Thaler looking on the inside. Is he going to make it 3 wide on Mike Samia? No. Not used to seeing Eric Thaler running the low line. Maybe wanting to try to stay out of trouble early in the race.
Travis Jones gets up into the wall. That might let Michael Samia maybe get a run on him. They're going to be side by side heading off into here. But we're still 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 here in the mid pack from Justin Thaler, who's made his way up into 5th back. But now as I say that, we're back to single file again. But then, of course, they're just going to fan out. Eric Thaler running the middle for the clean air. We'll see how that works out for him. It's such a fun track to jump around, find those clean air pockets on, and stay side by side like this. This is really good racing off of the start here.
Incredible Midwest Motorsports League racing. Your leaders, Dustin Reinstedt, is also your current points leader. He and Ian Silver are almost a second apart, so we're going to keep watching the action back here. So far, everybody's minding their manners, being on their best behavior, starting the new year off right. Don't want to make any enemies early. We'll see the aggression crank up as the race progresses on.
Yeah, later in the race, we'll see who made the New Year's resolution of making everyone mad.
Yep, which could be, might be more than one. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, these guys are still jostling around, figuring out which lane they think's going to move forward. Still got Eric running the middle, guys running the top, guys running bottom down on the line. And, I mean, we're still just 2 wide everywhere. The top 3 have ran away, and then behind that, it's just a massive pack of trucks, just all racing each other, trying to get those positions. And we haven't even made it to the competition caution yet, and they're already racing hard. So
it's so awesome. We're riding with Jason Phillips. This is what he sees as everybody in front fans out. Jason Phillips just minding his own business. We're focusing on Jason Phillips right now because it's his birthday today. He turns 29 again, or 22 after his 25th birthday, or 22nd year after his 25th birthday, or something like that. I read in the chat earlier, but happy birthday, Jason. We're all watching you, man. Not the age, it's the mileage, remember? Happy birthday to you.
the age is the mileage.
That's supposed to help, Jason, by the way. I don't know how much mileage you got on that thing, but hey, man, it's all good. Happy birthday, bro. We got more action in, no, that's 72. Mike Todd, Robert Sanders fighting down low with John Aslan and his son Nick Aslan up high. Mike Todd takes the top lane. A big arc down to the bottom stripe again. Eric Thaler's in a traffic jam with Michael Samia.
Yeah, and once you get back to this point, even if the bottom is the faster lane, you're kind of at the mercy of the guy in front of you, right? So, like, Eric at the back of this 4-truck line here, well, Jason Phillips kind of riding around back there. Eric's at the back of this 4-truck line. You can see by him getting loose there, he's got a ton of dirty air on him. He can't really do anything other than just following the tire tracks of everybody in front of him. And, and you know, like here he's trying to move himself up to try to get some clean air. That might leave him susceptible to Jason Phillips behind, who's going to do the cutback. So it's really tough. It's tough to gain positions here. Once you get into the run and you're still in a pack like this, it's really hard to kind of make some moves as we get the stage yellow or the competition caution, and Dustin Reinstuttle takes that Yellow flag.
Sorry, Dustin, no points this time. But you do get some screen time as the Barney truck comes flying by at 350 miles an hour. I don't know what kind of tires and suspension he's got, but that thing is hooked up.
Yeah, that's the fastest F-150 I've ever seen.
Congrats, Dustin. 15 laps clear. I do want to make another observation, though, that Brandon Cotton just minding his own business all the way down. Last car on the lead lap, 25th. Chris Taylor's going to get the lucky dog. Unfortunately, Ryan Bates down 2 laps after having to serve a drive-through earlier. Looks like everybody's going to come down pit lane. See if anybody stays out. Looks like somebody might have hit those delineators. Is Michael Samia staying out? Who's that staying out?
That's Mark Cochran, the man, the myth, the off strategy legend. Mark Cochran, giving us something to talk about every week. Thank you very much, Mark.
No doubt about it.
See how these pit stops go. Looks like Dustin's going to lead him back out. Ian Silva taking tires. Look at that.
Only going to have 2 sets after that. He's going to be mired outside of the top 15, possibly.
Man, that's impressive. And
very brave.
Brandon Cotton also staying out. So he conserved his tires, saved some fuel there on those first 15 laps. He's going to stay out, try to get some of this clean air. And then behind them we have Rye Bates, who is 2 laps down, so he'll probably come to the pits this time around.
Is that a new paint job from Mark Cochran as well? It is. The red chrome rims looking awesome.
Everybody knows we love those chrome rims, am I right?
I can't get enough.
Yeah, Rye Bates coming down into the pits this time around, so that'll
get his lap back.
Yep, so let's see how this goes. Remember in the back of my mind that Ian Silva took tires, the only one to take tires for the most part. There's a couple of guys who also took tires, Robert Olavison, and it looks like Ron Schamer maybe was doing damage. Maybe it was tires. Norm as well. 10 seconds and 13 seconds for those guys. So I don't think they took tires. So we'll see how Ian does. I mean, he was, he bolted with Dustin out in the lead and flew away at the start there. So, we'll see what happens with him. I mean, he's got 15 lap fresher tires than everybody else does. So
how much fuel can you save at a 15 minute?
Well, seeing as how it's Brandon Cotton, he probably still has 30 laps in the tank.
Yeah, good point.
So, and for context, everybody, the fuel window is around 30 laps. So,
we'll find out.
He's not even going to pit the rest of the race. He's just going the full race on one tank.
Barney drops off. Mark Cochran on the inside is the control car. He approaches the Geico restart zone, punches the gas, steps on the loud pedal. Travis Jones jumps aggressively down at the bottom, and we're racing again. Dustin Reinstedel drops to the inside of the 5, Brandon Cotton. For second place, can he keep it? They come really close. Brandon Cotton keeps them honest. Down low they touch. Dustin Reinstedel going for the lead now. No tires, just fuel. Very fast truck, knows his way around. Another big mover there is Justin Thaler. Maybe he's short filled to gain a couple of 3 spots. He's up 5 from his qualifying position. Loses 1 to Travis Jones there. Brandon Cotton gets around Mark Cochran.
3 wide for 4th.
Yeah.
Justin Thaler on the outside, going to carry that momentum, but that's going to leave Trevor and Travis racing side by side for 5th. And they're still 1 on the bottom, 1 on the top. Trevor not quite going all the way down to the white line, leaving about a half of a lane. And you can see everybody back there still in a pack. Not quite as jumbled up as we were on the initial start, though, as it looks like Travis is going to get that move done on Trevor McLaughlin. So he's going to hold on to that position. And you can see there in the background, Ian Silva making moves, restarted 15th up to 11th, and now 10th after a few laps of green flag. So we'll see how those fresh boots do for him and see if that's turns into a good strategy call for him or not. Thunder from down under making moves.
1 p.m. in the afternoon for Ian Silva. Wonder what it's like living in the future. You can tell us what stocks to buy. All good. Eric Thaler has the speed on the backstretch. We'll see Ian Silva's tires. They help out. He's going to have to try to make him last. He's going to have to do a fuel-only run somewhere along this run to lap 101.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does as he barely taps the apron there, gets himself a little bit loose. It'll be interesting to see what Ian does here in terms of strategy. Now that he is one set of tires down on everybody else, I'm interested to see how he's going to be able to regain that lost set of tires. So we'll see. I mean, you know, he told me the other day that he likes doing stuff different because if you do the same thing as everybody else, you can never get an advantage. So
Get the same result. That's right.
You know, he also told me that if the championship was for qualifying, he might be able to contend. So
Yes. He is great at qualifying, isn't he? I mean, you have to give him credit.
he's the modern Ryan Newman. I mean, that's my definition of Ian Silva. He just needs a few. Oh, Justin Glockner. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Oh, he comes back on and gets into Mike Todd. We're still going though.
Great save.
He's still sideways, holding on to it, driving that thing, wrecking all the way around the track, and oh no, now we're wrecking. Robert Olavison loses it on the outside, and then comes down into him, and that's
that was
gonna bring out.
unfortunate. Gluckner did so well to save. I don't know what on earth made me go Justin Glockner. Something just told me the action was going to be around Justin Glockner, and sure enough,
I mean, he was wrecking for a whole lap.
and he goes crazy with me.
He was wrecking for a whole lap.
Yeah, he was. He saved it. He had it back in the groove. His tires were, I'm sure, smoking, maxed out in red. Keep on the 22 truck behind him as well. What happens? Glickner gets 72.
Just a little tap on the corner.
Yep, then he brings it back together. Comes back up on the track. I got it. I got it. I got it? Nope.
Sideways again. 72 sideways ahead.
They're all, and here's 22 tries his best to keep it off of that Kevin Mayer, 77 on the outside. No.
It's 64 Brandon Thayer, and then
Comes down under Glickner.
Yeah, unfortunate. I mean,
clear, Justin.
Yeah, nothing really he could do, right? Like he did everything he could, and then whenever he finally gets a hold of it, all of the chaos that he caused around him finally gets to him. So
finally catches back up.
Yeah.
Luckily, it doesn't look like he'll have any damage other than tires. Minor repairs, but nothing. I don't think
major. Yeah.
It's, all right, so let's race reset now. Do we got?
Okay.
Everybody come back on cycle with Mark Cochran and Brandon.
So Mark Cochran and Brandon Cotton stayed out once again.
Wow.
So they still haven't pit yet. Ian Silva stayed out, Nick Asselin, John Asselin, Brandon Thayer, Michael Harris Jr., Norm Snyder, and Jason Phillips. Or no, Jason Phillips did pit. Okay, so the top 8 down to Norm didn't pit. Jason Phillips pit, took fuel only. Dustin Reinstuttle, Robert Sanders, Justin Thaler, Travis Jones, Trevor McLaughlin all came in and took tires. Robert Lavison, no tires. He took tires in the last pit cycle. Eric Thaler took tires. Steve Hansel, Michael Samia, Kevin Marie, Mike Todd. Everybody else took tires. So now these guys up front are going to be on, with the exclusion of Ian, of course, these guys out front are going to be on 25-ish,
Yeah.
maybe 23 green lap tires, something like that, versus freshies for everyone else. We saw the 15 lap tire advantage was bringing Ian Silva somewhat close, but then it kind of just fizzled out after about 10 laps. So we'll see what happens here. We've got some mixed strategies. We've got some fun stuff going on.
You know, I'm beginning to like these guys' strategy to stay out. I mean, even though all these other guys came in at 25 and took tires, they lost all that track position. Trevor McLaughlin was fighting for a top 5. Now he's back in 14th. He's going to have to work just to catch back up. Now, it might come sooner than later, but we're only a quarter of the way in.
I like the strategy from 3rd and 4th back.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know how much fuel Brandon and Mark have out front. And maybe Brandon's still on a full tank, so.
Yeah, we're going to find out. Let's find out together as we are back to green flag racing. Brandon Cotton gets the jump. Nicholas Aslan, look at him go.
That was a
Hard to get
great
everybody
jump.
in the shot.
He's so far out in front, you can't get everybody in the shot. There we go. Okay, so good restart there from the guys at the front. Brandon Thayer running in the top 5 from strategy. Dustin Reinstedel already made his way up to 6th. That's a few positions gained. We're 4 wide behind. Or what is that? 9th? Oh, now we're 3 wide for 8th. Got a cluster going on. Oh, Norm gets up into the fence there. He's going to be a little bit slow on the outside. Everybody's going to be able to get around, it looks like.
Madness. Friday night madness at Homestead, Miami.
Still 3 wide. Got that purple truck of Michael Harris Jr. on old tires on the bottom. He's getting absolutely swarmed by everybody else. He was one of the last trucks to stay out on those old tires, and it's showing. He's lost, I believe, 8 positions since the restart already. And you can see John Asselin following suit. He's fallen back as well. And Dustin Reinstedel, meanwhile, has made his way all the way up to 2nd. he's already made his way up there after restarting 9th, I believe. So great restart from Dustin. And we've got an absolute swarm going on behind, with all of these guys on new tires trying to make their way through on the guys with old tires as soon as possible. We're 3 wide coming out of turn 2. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that tonight.
All night.
Now we're 3 wide again. Trevor McLaughlin making the power move up the middle. Gets 2 for 1, slides back up in front of John Asselin.
Oh boy, Dustin Reinstedel is coming. We're going to watch Dustin Reinstedel catch up to Brandon Cotton for the lead. Brandon Cotton in the 5's got to be on fumes. Old tires, 25 laps. These guys are going to have to pit. Brandon and Mark Cochran are going to have to pit while everybody else is going green flag. They're going to possibly lose a lap. Mark Cochran still has not pitted. New leader, Dustin Reinstedel in the 11.
I'm doing some mental math.
Don't hurt yourself, Walker. Let me know if you need me to call 911 for you.
Go ahead and have him on speed dial.
Right? Keep him on call. Eric Thaler trying to make some moves, getting around Mark Cochran now. The 15 Midwest Motorsports truck. I really expect Eric Thaler to do good. He seems to do well on tracks that run the eye line. He's the only one I know that can bounce off the safer barrier coming out of the corners and gain a 10th.
Yeah, I'm
Robert
not
Sanders,
quite sure how he does that. I think
it's
he's
amazing.
got like a netcode buffer or something around him, only on the right rear quarter.
Or yeah, right? Or a iRacing hack somehow he's figured out how to get away with.
Yeah.
Justin Taylor can figure out how to get around Travis Jones and Robert Sanders. All right, give me some math, Walker. I got my pen and paper ready.
So, as you can see, Brandon Cotton and Mark Cochran are still on the track. They're still circulating. We're at lap 35. The fuel tank is supposed to take you 30. So, on full push laps, you're going to make 30 laps. Fuel saving, probably like 34, maybe 33, something
Yellow.
like that, right? And then with the cautions as well, we've had 2 separate ones. There goes Mark Cochran in the pits. So yeah, lap 36. I expect Brandon Cotton to come down in about lap 38, I would say. 37, 38. So in the next couple of laps. But remember, he full saved the first run. He's been full saving basically the whole race. So he might be coming in now. But I think he probably will go one more. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like he's holding the speed to go one more. Oh, no, he doesn't. Okay.
Yeah, he's coming
So,
in. All
lap
right.
37. End of lap 36. So we now see the potential of the great fuel saving Meister.
We'll see if how it plays out if we get some green flag runs. So 27 trucks. It is a 1.5 mile raceway. I expect some green flag cycles. So we'll see how it plays out. It could work out just right. The timing of when 101 laps comes, or let's find out. Michael Samia and Trevor McLaughlin, they're having a good race. Not as close as timing said.
I mean,
Ooh.
Mark and I'm thinking out loud. Mark and Brandon can both make it on one more stop. Whereas everybody else still has to pit 2 more times, right?
Good
They
point.
both just put on fresh tires. So they're going to be going around faster than everybody else is right now.
Yep.
So they're going to gain back. I mean, these guys aren't going to pit for another, what, 15 laps or so, 20 laps. So they're going to probably gain back around 10 to 12 seconds, depending on what their traffic situation is. So I don't know. I'm intrigued, interested.
We're going to have to wait and see. Don't go anywhere. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to give us a like while you're here. Notice there's 30, 40, 50, 60 views and like 5 likes. So even if you don't like it, hit the like button. It's the best way to show your appreciation for what we're doing at Midwest Motorsports, bringing you the racing action. So please hit that like button. Let us know, let YouTube know you want to see more Midwest Motorsports racing.
And make sure after the broadcast to go in the comments and comment something extremely topical so that we get suggested in the YouTube algorithm, because they look at the comments and they're like, oh, these people are talking about Cybertrucks. Let's throw this at everybody. So everybody just go down in the comments and say some random topical thing and see if we can get on trending. I don't know. It's worth a try, right? Manipulate the system.
Any topic, any topic.
Maybe not any topic, okay? There's some viral topics that maybe we shouldn't talk about.
Good point. Thanks, Walker, for bringing me back to reality. Lots of good racing going on. Trevor Mack and Steve Hansel. Great to see Steve Hansel out here tonight in the 24 Pepto-Bismol truck. 2 pink cars, pink and black.
Yeah, it looks like, staring at the timing tower again, go me. It looks like the top 8 now are all trucks that pit in the last stop and took tires. You can see Ian Silva back there. He pit on lap 15 and not lap 25 like everybody else did. So he'll be coming in around 10 laps earlier than everyone else. as we're still side by side for second. None of these guys want to have second, it looks like. They all just want to like give it to each other, but not give away third. I think that's what's going on here. They're all taking turns at seeing who can be second.
Dustin's totally fine with that as he's up the road.
Yeah, Dustin's almost 4 seconds ahead of these three trucks fighting it out here for second position. If they want to be able to fight for the win, they might want to work together a little bit.
You think? Not right now. This is bragging rights, man. We're going for it. We got to lay down the law. You can see the flame coming out of the exhaust as they lift and try to make their arc into the turn 4. Not quite a real true paper clip, but the Homestead Miami Speedway.
It's a very wide paper clip.
Totally.
Good old digger can, that's what I'm talking about. That was a good one. Look at all these guys packed up on the top. Ain't nobody running the bottom in that group. Throw a blanket over every one of those trucks. Got them wrapped all the way around the racetrack.
Incredible action in the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series. You can get into the action too, midwest-motorsports.com. Signups are always free and always open. No reason not to come get some of this. Tons of fun, fixed setup. Everybody's just racing for fun. Great Discord chat, practice sessions, lots of advice on rigs, marketplace, people trading Christmas gifts, upgrades. The old stuff goes on sale in the marketplace. Have you score any goods over Christmas there for your rig there, Walker?
Not for the rig, no. And by the rig, I mean my my desk and my pedals that sit on the floor, you know. But yeah, nothing really. A keyboard, and a soldering iron, and my mom also got me some nut cream.
Hey, that comes in handy.
Yeah, so you know, appreciate it. Everybody needs a good old tube of nut cream, I guess. So yeah. How about you, James? I also got a really cool Midwest Motorsports hat. Pretty cool.
Right on. Rock it. I'm rocking mine as we speak.
Now we're side by side for third, almost. Looks like Travis is going to hold on to it. Ian Silva is now in the pits on lap 48.
Okay. The green flag cycle's starting to come.
Going to have another 10 laps before everybody else comes, most likely. The ones who stayed out in that last caution are filtering in, though. Ian Silva, John Asselin, Norm Snyder, Brandon Thayer, Nick Asselin, James Olavison, and that's gonna, let's see.
Michael Harrison overdue.
Mark Cochran is 10 seconds ahead of Nick Asselin, who is 5.5 seconds behind Brandon Cotton. So there's your race update on those guys.
There's Mark Cochran flying by Michael Samia and Eric Thaler as Mark Cochran gets his lap back on those guys. Holy smokes. Mark Cochran's on a mission to get while the getting's good.
Yeah, he's unlapped himself all the way up to 6th. Now looking at the rear bumper of 5th place, Steve Hansel, as Trevor McLaughlin is the first one to blink out of those who pit in the last cycle. Mike Todd as well coming in the pits. They're going to be going for the undercut here. Maybe they're seeing everybody fly by him and thinking, oh, maybe I can get in on this action.
Mark Cochran on tires, trying to unlap from Justin Thaler, who is third. We'll see where Mark comes out. And remember that Mark, lap 35 was his pit stop.
Yep, there he goes. He is now unlapped almost all the way up to second once he gets this done on Travis. And I believe,
Leader's in.
yeah, Dustin is in. And I believe Brandon Cotton already unlapped himself to Dustin. So this should put Brandon Cotton out in the lead after the cycle. And let's see. There's Robert Sanders. Oh, you couldn't quite see him on the apron there, exiting the pits. So Mark Cochran's going to be ahead of him. So Mark Cochran is going to take over what looks like going to be net third behind Dustin, possibly. And then this man on screen, Brandon Cotton, he's going to be taking the lead, it looks like, as Dustin sits still and takes his tires. There goes Brandon Cotton.
Yep.
Dustin just now got dropped off of the jack. So there he goes out of the exit, and that is going to be a big gap for Dustin to try to get. And Mark Cochran will come out ahead of Dustin Reinstedel. And Robert Sanders maybe is going to be able to be past Dustin as well. There's Robert Sanders on the high line behind Chris Thaler. Chris Thaler hasn't pit yet. Neither has Travis Jones. Oh no! Dustin Reinstedel into the fence. Oh man.
I'm surprised that brought out a yellow, but
wow.
Let's create a kerfluffle. So Dustin Reinstedel on fresh tires. He's lost the lead, right? Out of cycle. So he's trying to make hay while the sun's shining on his fresh tires. He's not happy about coming out of the pits in third. Then we'll let it play here. I'm sorry it's going so slow. I'll speed it back up. Here we go. Here's the question mark. So Dustin Reinstedel on Travis Jones. Travis Jones holds his line. Dustin Reinstedel coming out. Chris Thaler on the 7 on the outside. Dustin 11 in the middle. And yeah, Chris can't disappear. Dustin Reinstedel. Travis Jones looks like he slid up a little more than Dustin.
So what happened there?
Yeah, talk to me, Walker.
So what happened there is Dustin was in the dirty air. And in these trucks, the dirty air makes you tight, right? So he's behind Travis. As soon as he gets that clean air, you can see him right there. He's sideways. He's sideways before he ever gets up to Chris. And then he's still sideways here, still sideways after he gets into Chris, and then it snaps on him straight up into the wall. So there's that dirty air effect right there live in front of your eyes, and it can happen to anybody coming out on cold tires. You know you're faster than these guys because they're on old tires trying to make moves, and there it goes.
So I don't think Chris Thaler touched him. I think it was truly just a snap that Dustin missed, couldn't catch.
Yep, just a small error from Dustin there, and yeah, he just drives it in real deep, tries to aim for that hole, and as soon as he gets that clean air, it gets him loose. Gets that air on his spoiler and sends him around.
Thank you, Walker. Great eyes, man. Great eyes. And Dustin Reinstedel is not going to be happy about dropping all the way to the back of the track, back of the field, causing that caution. But, man, unfortunate. Chris Thaler has to get some repairs. He's still in the pits. Dustin Reinstedel spent 1 minute and 6 seconds repairing as well, and that could not have been more perfect at all for Robert Sanders, Brandon Cotton, and Mark Cochran. Brandon and Mark are still off strategy a little bit, I think, right?
Yes. They're still only on 1 pit stop. Everyone's 3. So they pit on lap 35 and 36 respectively. Yep. Versus Robert Sanders, Travis Jones, Eric Thaler. All of these guys pit lap 55, 54 that are behind them. And we've got from 16th back 1 lap down after the caution here during the pit cycle. So Mike Todd, the last one on the lead lap, in 15th. And that's going to trap a few guys a lap
Jason
down.
Phillips.
Jason Phillips is a lap down. Dustin Reinstedel is a lap down. The man who led most of this race is now down 1 lap.
Pole sitter.
So we'll see what happens here as Barney's going to pull in, and we're going to go back to racing again.
Brandon Cotton in the green truck kicks the tires and lights the fires. He go on. Robert Sanders, Travis Jones, Mark Cochran in the middle. Robert Sanders, move him up to P2. Great restart for the 6 truck. Travis Jones, look at Eric Thaler now in the middle. Trying to decide where to go in that Midwest Motorsports truck.
Making it 3 wide on the bottom, going to get past Mark Cochran. Mark struggling on those older tires compared to the rest of these guys, but Brandon Cotton holding his own out in the front. We'll see how long it takes for Robert Sanders and Travis Jones to track him down. We've got Kevin Marie there fighting, trying to take away that 5th position from Mark Cochran. It looks like he will. So Kevin Marie, good run right now for him in the top 5. And Robert Sanders moving up the inside for the lead on Brandon Cotton up front. And Travis Jones going around the outside. So Brandon Cotton losing 2 and 1. Or I guess 2 and 2. He's going to move down to 3rd. That's going to put Robert Sanders and Travis Jones back to the fight they were in before, but instead of for 2nd, now it's for the lead. So these two can't get away from each other. They're like the male and female of the Velcro. They are stuck together.
Stuck together. And, you know, to Travis Jones's defense, you know, he was under no obligation to let Dustin Reinsettle go. I mean, obviously he's fighting to hold his position too, so that was just aggressive first lap on cold tires by Dustin and cost him. As we're halfway through the race, he's gonna have to work hard to maybe get a lucky dog if your pole sitter is gonna get back on the lead lap. But right now, we're talking about Robert Sanders in the 6 truck. Not the same psychedelic paint job we're used to seeing. A little bit different. Mixing it up for us tonight.
A little dark this week. I kind of like it though. I like the. Oh, I thought that was a jellyfish on the side, but it's not. I mean, I'll be honest. It would have been pretty cool if it was a jellyfish, but it's not a jellyfish. It's unfortunate, but still looking cool. I really like his wild and out there paint schemes.
That's right.
And he is trying to get wild and out there right now. He's 3/4 of a second ahead of Travis Jones, who is another 3/4 of a second ahead of Eric Thaler, who is another 3/4 of a second ahead of Kevin Marie. I don't know if you're seeing a trend in this or not. But Michael Samia is not 3/4 of a second behind Kevin Marie, though. He is closing in, and he's closing in pretty quick. Getting right there on his rear bumper, going down the front straightaway. Let's see if he's going to be able to make the move on that 77 truck, though. They both dive down to the bottom lane. Kevin Marie, great run for him, up in 4th position. As here comes Michael Samia looking to the inside, going to try to take away that P4 from the 77 truck. Going to drive it down there all the way to the white line. Here through turns 3 and 4, I think. Yep, 3 and 4. They're still side by side though. Michael doesn't get clear. And look at that pack of trucks behind. They're still side by side though. As Dustin Reinstedel moving his way through the field, you can see him there trying to figure out a way to unlap himself. If he can unlap himself and then get a caution, he's back in play. But if it goes green to the end, it'll be really, really difficult for him. So we'll see what happens with him. And then
He's shown on the lead lap, but he's not. Okay.
yeah, well, he's showing on a lead lap compared to JT. Like if you're looking at the timing screen.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry about that.
Mike Todd is the last one on the lead lap, it looks like. But Dustin trying to unlap himself. And then we've got this absolute mess of a pack back here. Brandon Cotton on older tires than everybody else from pitting around 20 laps earlier than the rest of these guys. and they are swarming like a bunch of angry
is going
bees.
on,
Look at all these trucks. Oh my lord. They're everywhere.
I don't know where to look. I don't know who to call. Three
Let's see.
wide. Because some of these guys are lap cars, some of these guys are on the lead lap. All
That's
different
making it hard.
sets. Oh,
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Okay, so we're 3 wide back there. Brandon Cotton trying to hold on to as many positions as he can. Nick Asselin now on his outside, trying to make some moves, make his way back up towards the front. He is currently in 9th. Steve Hansel, who is on the screen now, is your 8th place truck. So you can see the gap between Nick Asselin and the truck that he's trying to pass, which is Steve Hansel. So it's a pretty big gap, all things considered, just because of all these trucks. Here comes Jason Phillips up the middle, big ass fans truck trying to make some moves. Brandon Cotton down there on the bottom just trying to survive on those older tires compared to everybody else. Trevor McLaughlin drove his way around the outside there and made up some time. Now going to be setting his sights on Nick Asselin, a few trucks ahead of him.
absolutely incredible to keep it clean through all this chaos as they fan out into each corner, settle down, look around, knowing where you are, knowing who you're racing against, leaving room, giving room, and racing aggressive at the same time. Just absolutely incredible. You don't see this in officials. We'd have been wrecking many times over.
Mark Cochran is now in the pits for his presumably final pit stop. If he can make it 32 laps on fuel, which I believe he should be able to with some fuel saving, that should get him to the end. 31, 32 laps is all he's going to need. Brandon Cotton also in the pits, so both of them, they're good to go to the end. So we'll see where they come out at. And then we've got everybody else who is still going to need make their final pit stop. And we'll see if, for the first time ever, Mark Cochran's crazy strategy turns out to be the correct strategy call. I mean, I hope it does, because that'll be great for him.
I always say that I want to be the first one to make my last pit stop. So once you can make it to the end, come in and get him, and then get all you can get. And that is exactly what both Mark Cochran and Brandon Cotton have done tonight. Robert Sanders in the 6th truck, out in the lead. This is a battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, right behind him. Actually, about 1.1 second behind. Great 3-way battle for 2nd here. You guys still have one more stop to make.
Brandon Thayer, next one to come down into the pits. He was on the lead lap, running, I believe, 11th at the time that he pulled in. And Robert Sanders, who is 2nd in points right now, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
This could be a really big turning point for him in this season. Dustin Reinsettle finally can get a bad result. I know, like, this is Max Verstappen 2023 from Dustin Reinsettle so far. So Robert Sanders.
Sorry, Walker, but I agree with you. He lost the 0x bonus. We know that already.
Yes. So this could be, I mean, this could be a really big points night for Robert. And even though right now Dustin will just say, oh, it's just a drop race, at the end of the day, it might not be a drop race at the end of the season. So
Yeah.
every single one of these matters. And right now, Dustin is in P13 after a few people have already pit. I think he was, what was it, top 15 were on the lead lap?
And he still has a stop to make as well.
Yes. So, man, that's tough luck for Dustin, but that's racing, and it's good luck for Robert Sanders. I mean, he was running 2nd, right around 2nd, 3rd before, now he's taken the lead and he's run away with it. While these guys, it's kind of like a replay of what we had earlier, where Dustin was running away and then everybody was fighting for second behind him. Now it's Robert running away and everybody's fighting for second behind him.
What a great race. These guys have been going at it lap after lap. Eric Thaler, there he is, gets the wall rub. Doesn't gain a tenth that time, but doesn't lose too much ground, as these guys continue to put on a great show for us. Michael Samia now in second place. Eric Thaler on the outside, trying to hold off Travis Jones for third, as they're catching up to Robert Sanders slowly but surely. It looks like Michael Samia, these guys are gaining on him. Did Robert Sanders have a bad lap that last lap? No, not too bad.
Yeah, only about a tenth slower than Michael Samia last time around. Michael Samia looks like he might have a little bit more speed than Robert Sanders does right now. I think he gained another tenth so far this lap. And a lot more people are coming down into the pits. We should see, I mean, everybody can pit right now. And the longer you go on your fuel run right now, the more it kind of cements that you're going to be either taking 2 or 0 tires. Because if you take 4 now, you're not really gaining anything because you got to wait for tires, even if you're, you know, taking less fuel. So the further these guys go, the more it's going to push them into a 2-tire final stop, which isn't a bad strategy at all. I mean, you're going to gain 6 seconds on everybody else. But will it be good enough?
Make up 6 seconds on, you know, in 15, 20 laps.
Yeah, exactly. So
Roger.
We'll see. And you can see Dustin Reinsettle back there trying to make his way through, trying to get himself back on the lead lap for that little bit of hope that maybe, just maybe, he can get a little lucky here and get himself a lap back fully. He jumps down to the bottom trying to unlap himself from Travis Jones. Robert Sanders, your leader, is in the pits for his final pit stop. That's going to leave Michael Samia out in the front in that clean air. It's going to make Dustin's job a little bit easier for trying to get that lap back. And we've got back here, Brandon Cotton is your good to the end race leader. Mark Cochran is your good to the end second place. Brandon Thayer back there, though, 1 second behind.
Yeah.
He's in third. Oh, Nick Asselin just took third away from Brandon Thayer. So Nick Asselin now is in your net third.
Yeah,
depending on where all these pit stops turn
out. Sorry, Walker, I didn't mean to step on you there, but great battle. You're right. This is what we think is going to cycle out to the lead. We'll see where Robert Sanders comes out. If he decides to take tires or not. And also Michael Samia, Travis Jones, who stayed out.
Robert has been stationary in his pit box for 1 minute. I think he might have gotten a speeding penalty.
Oh, no.
Oh, Robert. What happened, Robert? No. So, Robert Sanders goes from 1st to 25th. Oh, that sucks.
That hurts. He spun into the pits.
Oh, man. Feels bad for him. I guess that whole storyline I cooked up is all for naught. Oh, my God. What's going on back there?
Chaos. We're yellow. Yeah.
What's going on here?
Sorry, everybody. Looks like that is good. Nothing here. Who's dropping? Anybody specific dropping?
It could have been from that, maybe? I guess. I'm a little confused. Let's see what happens here and then see if there's something else that happened out there. So we've got Rye Bates out there going slowly. He pulls it down to the bottom. I guess that's it. I think that was Rye
on the
Bates.
front straight.
So
It's the word
I
from
guess
race.
he was out of fuel or something. Maybe we can watch him and see if something happened before there. Let's see. Oh, he got up into the fence. Oh, so he comes out of the pits, jumps up, gets himself going, off into turn 3, and the 11 truck drives her down in there underneath him. Ride doesn't really expect him to be where he was, and up into the fence, Rybates goes, and here's the cause of your caution. And so there is caution number 3 of the race.
Yep, one.
And great job, by the way, of everybody missing him.
Yeah, that was close.
That was close to being really, really bad. So
Yeah,
let's.
let's take him. Oh my gosh, what do we got?
What is happening is my first question. Like,
Looks like Mark and Brandon stayed out, but
yeah, but they were trapped a lap down, I think.
yes,
Oh no.
it's chaos.
So that's going to put the top 6 on the lead lap. Is that going to put Dustin back on the lead lap?
He's in the pit now. Remember, he had contact, so he might be getting repairs. But why didn't Brandon and Mark come in? Well, because they didn't want to get trapped a lap down.
Well, I think
That was just bad timing on the caution for.
maybe they're going to get a wave around.
Yep.
Let's see. Where is Mark? Is Brandon Cotton behind the pace car?
8th and 9th.
Yeah, but like actually go to them and see if he's behind the pace truck. Yeah, I think he's getting waved around here. It looks like, yeah, he's sending it. So I think they're all getting a wave around. So everybody's back on lead lap again. But that is man, that's one way to shake up the race.
Oh
So
my gosh, that's just wrong.
So the top 7 are all on brand new tires. Everybody else is on tires they've been running on. Dustin Reinstedel now on the lead lap in 7th place. And now we have what looks like going to be a 17-lap shootout to the end. So
I'm so confused right now.
yeah, I am too.
How did the top 6? I mean, how was Dustin ahead of Brandon and Mark? How are they? I don't know how Brandon and Mark didn't cycle back up to the lead.
I'm not sure either. We're back green.
That's the race control's decision. We'll figure it out. Steve Ansel, the road race admin, hit it at lap 83. Comes out with the lead. Michael Samia, regular in the truck, working on the inside. Take it away, Walker.
We got Michael Samia now on the inside trying to take away this lead from that 24 truck. He might be able to get her done. Steve Hansel gonna have Travis Jones trying to make the middle. Oh, we're 4 wide and we're up into the fence. Travis Jones spins around, collects a few trucks there. How many people make it through? Oh, we've got more still wrecking. Justin Thaler into the outside wall. Oh my Lord. That turned from 2 wide to 3 wide to 4, and now we've got a pile up on the front straightaway. Robert Olavison is involved, Mike TODD involved, 29 of Andrew Miller there in the background, number 52 truck of
Colin Huffman.
Colin Huffman, thank you. And I believe Ron Schaumer. Oh my God, there's so many things going on.
All right. Bear with me while I find the right truck, I believe. I mean, Steve Hansel was in the lead, and now I can't find him. Put cameras on them. Bear with me 1 second.
Yeah, they're
Well,
all coming to the
there's-
pits, so they're all over the place on the timing tower now.
They keep moving on me. All right. We're going to stick with Michael Samia and watch him as he's coming around. All right, here we go. This is where it all happens.
So, what's going on here? So we've got the two out front fighting for position. We've got Eric Thaler, Kevin Marie down there on the bottom. Travis Jones on the top. Looks like Steve is pushing up, has to get out of the throttle. So Travis Jones jumps down to try to get by him. So he's going to be on his door here. And doesn't look like they make any contact. Travis gets loose. Oh, he gets loose. Gets down into Eric Thaler. That's going to put him up into Steve Hansel. And the two of them are stuck together. Andrew Miller, absolutely nowhere to go behind these two. Gets into the back of Travis Jones. That spins him down into, I believe that's
Ron
Ron Schamer.
Yep.
Let's see, Dustin Reinsettle snakes his way through. Brandon Cotton, does he get a piece of it? Oh, yes, he does. Right into the back of that number 96 truck. Trevor McLaughlin getting into it as well as Colin Huffman. Both of them spinning while locking their brakes down. And Robert Olavison, you see him trying to avoid everything, getting into it. Justin Thaler up against the outside wall. Just trucks everywhere. We've got a graveyard on the front stretch. Reminds me of that one restart in the year that Carl Edwards should have won the championship. His retirement year. What year was that?
I have no idea.
Blocked Joey Logano all the way to the paint and got spun. Then a big pile up like this happened. So yeah, they're all over the place back there trying to get woed up, and contact back there turns into bigger contact ahead. And we've just got trucks absolutely everywhere. Man. Oh, okay. I don't know how long we got till we go green. Oh, we're going green.
A little sideways. We're green.
And Michael Samia out on the point, gets a great restart, pulls out ahead of Eric Thaler in second, Kevin Marie in third, Dustin Reinsettle in fourth. I see Brandon Cotton tumbling down the timing tower, but maybe that was just left over from earlier because it's all sorts of screwed up right now. And we're jumbled around in the mid pack here, trying to fight for the fifth position. But right now, Michael Samia out in front, 12 laps to go, coming to 11 to go here. Got Dustin Reinsettle back onto the podium positions. Kevin Marie trying to make his way onto the podium, and we've got another caution on the racetrack.
See if we can find out what happened here.
We've got a few trucks in the pits right now, but not really sure what happened. Oh, we've got Brandon Cotton slow on the bottom. Did something happen from him or to him? Maybe?
We said the aggression was going to get turned up towards the end of the race. Here we are.
Oh. Oh, no. Oh, that sucks. So Chris Thaler blinks out, and while he's blinked out, there's a net code there with the 9, because the 9's not going to snap that hard by himself that instantly. So yeah, we see here 7 disappears. He reappears after the 9 is completely sideways. So blink away right about now, and then there goes the 9.
Oh my gosh.
And then it looks like the 21 might have got a part of it too, because he's spinning sideways down into the wall. But that was a big old net code bubble on that one. Wow. I've never seen it like that. That's crazy.
That was at least 10 feet away. I'd say almost a whole truck length.
That's incredible. Yeah, so we're gonna have another restart.
You're gonna have another restart. That's right. Lights are still on the pace truck.
John Asselin gets his lap back after running in the top 5 all night. He is currently in P15. So he's going to be trying to make his way back through now that he has something to fight for. Oh, man. Let's see. Brandon Cotton in and out of the pits every time he comes around trying to get that truck repaired. That thing looked rough. I
He's not
assume
gonna
he
give
probably
up.
used his fast repair already, so that
Yeah.
sucks for him. Went from lead of the race to trapped a lap down to in a wreck, and now he's 14th. So that sucks for him. Kind of the same story as well for Mark Cochran. He's in 10th. He was,
Uh,
out
Yeah,
there in
that
second.
caution just came out at the wrong time earlier. And then
Yeah.
this one is just another nail in the coffin, you think, for those two guys. Unfortunately, they're trapped down in 14th and 9th for Mark Cochran, 14th for Brandon Thayer. Totally unfortunate for them, but imagine this. Who would have thought we would be talking about Dustin Reinstedel in a podium position after getting tangled up while being a lap down? But look who's up front. The 3 truck of Michael Samia.
I think he should change his number to the great and wonderful Kevin Harvick, number 29, because where did he come from? We haven't really seen him too much up front. Strategies brought him up there at times, and then now he's out in the front with a chance to win this thing.
All about it. He had a good run in the Cup Series last Sunday, or last time we raced, before the Christmas holiday, and now he's having a good run in the trucks. He's long overdue. We are 6 laps to go. Is that 6 or 8? I'm getting old.
8. Coming to 7 now.
And we're green flag racing again. Eric Thaler also overdue for a good run. These guys all pitted last lap at lap 83. Michael Samia takes off in the lead. Dustin Reinstedel under Eric Thaler. My screen is frozen.
Let's see. Stop watching, watch stream. Hopefully it fixes it.
Come on. Yep.
Oh, it didn't fix it. We're blind. Let's see. I'm going to look at the timing tower. Michael Samia still out in front. 3/10 ahead of Dustin Reinstedel in second position. In third position. They're side by side now, Dustin and Eric Thaler for second position. Dustin trying to take that spot away. He will. They're still side by side though. Eric on that outside line holds that momentum around the outside, gets back past, going off into the corner. Dustin running the bottom though. Might be able to hold on to it. And Dustin Reinstedel will make the move on Eric Thaler. So that's going to put him up in the second position. Meanwhile, we're racing behind Kevin Marie, Nick Asselin. We're racing side by side. Kevin Marie holding on to that fourth position. Everybody putting up personal best laps of the race. Ian Silva now trying to fight Nick Asselin for fifth. They're side by side. Michael Samia half a second ahead of Dustin Reinstedel. 5 laps remaining in the race here. Nick Asselin in fourth. Kevin Marie now in fifth, so Nick Asselin made that move on Kevin Marie. And Michael Samia 0.3 of a second ahead of Dustin Reinstedel as they start lap number 97. 4 laps to go. Yeah, I'm still frozen. I'm just calling off of the timing tower.
Keep going, you're doing
radio style.
It's like Travis Jones and Mark Cochran also going at it, having a good run. Mark Cochran gets around Travis Jones.
They're still side by side.
Still Michael Samia up front. Dustin Reinstedel not gaining on Samia. We're
Yeah,
trying to
last
reach
time
that speed.
by, Dustin 400s faster than Michael Samia. He's going to have to make time a little bit quicker than that if he's going to want to make it to him. Coming up, three to go next time by. Eric Thaler now in 4th position. Ian Silva moves his way up into 5th past Kevin Marie. Kevin Marie down into 6th. They're still side by side though. Kevin makes his way back past Ian Silva. So he's going to hold on to that 5th position. Fastest truck on the track right now is Brandon Cotton, at least the lap before this one. Michael Samia lost around 1/10 of a second to Dustin last time around, but it's still around 3/10 of a second. He pulled a little bit back in the next sequence of corners. Nick Asselin as well, not too far behind the two of them, so it might be a race where if those two get side by side, Nick Asselin maybe can take advantage. Coming up to start lap number 100 now. 2 to go on the timing tower. 1/10 faster once again that time around for Dustin Reinstedel. Quarter of a second back from Michael Samia. As we're now down the back straightaway, still a quarter of a second between Dustin Reinstedel and Michael Samia for the lead. Nick Asselin still holding on to 3rd position and Eric Thaler 4th. Kevin Marie takes back his 5th place from Ian Silva. As we're now white flag, 1 to go. Michael Samia still out in the front. Dustin Reinstedel 2/10 back in 2nd position. Nick Asselin in 3rd, 3.5 tenths behind. Michael Samia still being able to hold on to it halfway around. We're down the back straightaway right now. 2.5 tenths still is the gap between these two guys.
He did it.
Can Michael Samia do it? Oh, he did it. He won the race. Michael Samia takes the win. Dustin Reinstedel 2nd. Nick Asselin 3rd.
Discord didn't. All right, so YouTube had it going on. They're all good. I'm sorry I couldn't get up there. Walker, you did a great job calling that. Completely blind, just looking off the tower. I'm so impressed, my friend. I was watching the YouTube stream. It's a couple seconds delayed, but great racing. We called it right. Michael Samia, Dustin Reinstedel, Nicholas Asselin. We're going to keep the cameras on Michael Samia while he does his burnouts, going across the line. Walker, if you want to call the finishing results, I will. Michael Samia is still doing burnouts. I will go grab these guys for the interviews.
So Michael Samia comes home with the win here tonight at Homestead, Miami. His first win of the season, I'm pretty sure. Dustin Reinstedel went from the front to the back and back to the front again. Comes home in 2nd position. Nick Asselin comes home in 3rd. Good result from him. Eric Thaler, 4th position in that number 15 truck. Kevin Marie, great run from Kevin, coming home with a top 5. Best run of the year for him, I'm pretty sure. Ian Silva coming home 6th. Mark Cochran in 7th. Brandon Cotton, 8th. Travis Jones in 9th. And Brandon Thayer rounding out your top 10. Trevor McLaughlin comes home in 11th position. Mike Todd 12th. John Asselin 13th. Justin Thaler 14th. Steve Hansel 15th. Colin Huffman in 16th position. 1 lap down. Starting the 1 lap down guys, I'm pretty sure. I mean, the timing screen might be screwed up, but we'll see. Jason Phillips, Michael Harris Jr., Justin Glockner, Ron Schaumer rounding out your top 20. James Olavison, Norm Snyder, Chris Thaler are the final trucks still circulating there at the end, I'm pretty sure. Robert Olavison and Andrew Miller, both 13 laps down, involved in that big one on the last yellow. Robert Sanders in 26th, and Rye Bates comes home in 27th.
Absolutely incredible racing. Couple more cautions than I expected, but at the end of the day, we got all 101 laps in. In 3rd place, Nicholas Asselin in the 48 truck, and that chrome Delta truck looks awesome out there. Nicholas, talk us through your race.
Yeah, I can't even tell you how I ended up 3rd there. I mean, this race was just all over the place with, the cautions and the pit strategy, and I just knew I was glad that I had saved that set of tires there, and was on slightly fresher tires there at the end, was able to make a couple moves, and it was just so much fun throughout the race. Like, I was mired back in like the teens, and I was like, oh man, like just hoping it came back around for me, and um, something finally went my way this season. I've had some rough incidents this year, and um, good to finally, you know, bring home not stress free because there was stress in the race, but like just a solid finish, no craziness, no flipping, no getting crashed into. So I can't complain.
I'll
Go
tell
ahead.
you
What
what.
you got?
I'll tell you what. For the first part of this race, I thought I was going to be making fun of you again for your dad beating you. Cause he was fast. He was up there
Yeah,
running in the top 5 the whole race. So,
yeah. I was up
um,
visiting him in Georgia for the holidays, and um, fixed some settings for him on his setup. Got him a little got him a little more with it. Um, Kind of reset his wheel settings and changed some of his graphic settings, and I don't know how he was driving it before. And maybe I fixed him up too much with him out qualifying me there, but I hate he couldn't bring home a better result. He definitely had better speed than 13th. He just got screwed there with some of those cautions, getting trapped a lap down.
yeah, it sucks that everybody kind of got trapped at some point, it seemed. And a lot of the guys that were in contention for the win ended up getting trapped, and then a few of them didn't. Yeah, it was all over the place, but great job taking advantage of what you were given, Nicholas, and coming home with a 3rd position.
Yeah, absolutely no complaints this week.
Great spot. Well, you've got your third third place finish after Charlotte and Sonoma, and second at Nashville. Time to get you a win, Nicholas. We'll look for you next week, man. Good luck. Congrats on a great race tonight.
Yeah, knocking on the door. Hopefully we can get it here soon.
Right on. Good luck to you, Nicholas. Thanks for showing up tonight. Great race.
Thank you.
Second place, Dustin Reinstedel. I would have imagined after the race, Dustin Reinstedel had up and down, being trapped a lap down, coming out of the pits. But Dustin, you did it. Can you unmute? Nope, I got you if you can't. Um, Great race, great comeback ride, Dustin. Talk us through your race there.
Frustrating. Self-inflicted frustration. I haven't been on here pretty much since the last Cup Series race, so it was very on me tonight. So apologies to everyone over the first trapping everyone down, because that was me. I know there was a third of the field got trapped along with me. So that's my fault. I thought I heard Travis. I think it was Travis. He was the leader. For some reason, I heard somebody say they were pitting or something came over the comms, and I like freaked out thinking it was him, and I tried to go up, and then as soon as I went up, it just kicked. So, like I said in the Cup race, unfortunately things happen during pit cycles for some reason. So tonight was me. That was all me. And then right before that, I spun coming into the pits because I downshifted twice out of nowhere. So that was nice. Yeah, it was eventful, but got fortunate and got the lucky dog on that one of the last restarts, and got to get through everybody. So that was nice. I'll take a second. Absolutely. Didn't get probably the worst incident count I think I've had all season. So
Yeah, we talked about that.
need to work
Walker
on
had a
that.
great breakdown of the incident there with the 96. Walker, you want to talk about that, or you got something else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I can gloss over that a little bit. I mean, I always talk about on here the dirty air and everybody searching for the clean air and what it does to the truck whenever you find the clean air randomly, and that was the perfect case of dirty air to clean air cargo we. And, and that really shows that anybody can make that mistake. But yeah, it was a crazy race for you, up and down. At one point, I had to scroll to see you on the timing tower, and then you were back at the front again. So, yeah, crazy race for you. And what was kind of the mindset there at the end after you got put back on the lead lap again?
Well, really the whole time before that, I was just trying to make sure I was still the first car lap down, and I think I was right behind Mike whenever that caution came out, so I was trying to outlast him and just hope that I could get my lap back natural. Uh, but really just trying to stay the first car lap down, and then fortunately to get that. But after I did that, once you get stuck in the back, it's kind of chaos. So just trying not to end up back a lap down, I guess, from a wreck. And then once the very last restart happened, once I was in the top 5, it was. I think I told Eric or somebody that we were chatting. I was like, whatever happens here, a top 5, and I'll shut up and be happy for the night after being like 24th at one point.
Well,
Yeah.
if we know anything, we know one thing: you can never, ever, ever count Dustin Reinstedel out of a race. He's going to work his magic through pits, and you spent a lot of time getting repairs in the pits and came back. Like I say, I never would have put you on the podium, Dustin, but you never counted yourself out. So congrats on a great race tonight, man. Great comeback victory. I'm gonna remember this one for a while. Never
Come
count
back second place.
Yeah.
I did key. I guess you guys probably can't hear us whenever we talk over drivers chat, but it was either the last time that I won here in the trucks. It might have been 2 seasons ago. Me and Mike battled like the whole race. First one, whoever could get to the bottom of the track first on a restart had the lead coming out of 2. And that was pretty much how it was tonight too. And he ran out of gas on the very last restart, like as we hit turn 1 of like the last lap or something like that. And I keyed up and I said, I hope you got enough gas because iRacing owes you one. So I'm glad to see him get the one he should have had last year.
I agree. Thanks, Dustin. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you, man. Michael Samia, I agree. You are long overdue for a win. Tonight, you got that win. 1 second. I'm trying to figure out how to get you off of mute. I'm working on it. My right click button's not cooperating. But hey, it's all good. Good things in life are worth the wait. Michael Samia, winner, winner, chicken dinner, man. Congrats on a great race, Michael.
Thank you, man. It was a fun race.
Man, you had to work for it.
Yeah, I did. I mean, a lot of the cautions, helped out, and I just laid back and tried to be clean. And then when everybody got trapped down, I was behind Eric, and he was battling the 96, so I was just saving, hoping it would help me out.
Yeah, Walker.
Yeah, a great run from you, and I mentioned it at one point on the broadcast. I think you need to change your name or change your number to like Kevin Harvick's 29 or something, because it seems like all the time it's always a "where'd he come from" moment from Michael Samia, because it just with the way the strategy was, you'd be like at the front at points, and then way back, and then next thing you know, got Michael Samia out in the front restarting us.
So I did the same thing as the last race of last year. I just saved my tires, stayed on the bottom, and of course the cautions helped me out. And then, cause as the race went longer, I started coming back through the field, and I was like, well, it's doing all right, so we'll play it like that. And it done the same as last season.
I will say, earlier in the race, I saw you were having to be really patient. You were, just at the around about 10th or so, 10th to 12th, there was a big pack of y'all running, and you and the 15 were, looking for a place to go, but everybody was fanning out in front of you, with Homestead Miami being as wide as it is and as many grooves as there are. You kind of really have to hold back until the time is right and you bide your time. I'm not sure if you got a 0X out of it. I didn't see you get into anybody tonight. Did you get a 0X too?
I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. Maybe the 9 hit the brakes under the caution, and I tapped him, but I don't think I got an X out of it.
Well, it was a lot of fun, man, and just smooth and consistent race. Keep your nose clean, and cautions falling at a time that didn't kill you, at least.
Yeah, one
Um,
one worked out for me this time.
yeah, exactly. Long
Uh,
overdue, man. Anything else you want to talk about?
when Dustin keyed up and asked about the fuel, I didn't catch on to what he was saying until I heard him in the broadcast there. Now I get what he was talking about.
Right? Yeah. Um, a lot of fun. That's one great thing about this league racing is that you know each other. We get to know each other well, and memories last long. And we made some more memories tonight. There's a whole lot going on tonight. And Michael Samia, you come out on top, man. A good run last week in Cup, and now another great win for your truck series. We're about halfway through the season, man. So looking forward to the rest of 2025. Great way to start off the new year, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep it clean. I got a lot of points to make up, man.
Yeah. Well, like I say, a couple drops, and we're early in the season, so looking forward to the rest of it, man. Michael, congratulations on a great race tonight. We're all happy for you. Walker too.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah, great job,
Thank you,
Michael.
man. We'll look for you next week at Pocono as the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series heads to the Tricky Triangle. Walker, it's been great fun tonight. Sorry about the little glitch there at the end with our visuals, but appreciate everything, man. What you want to wrap it out?
Yeah, I can. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It was a great race. Unfortunate that it got a little wet and wild there at the end, but that's how racing can be. That's how the truck series is in real life. We all watch real life racing, right? So, great race. Michael Samia coming home with the win. Long overdue for him in the truck series, especially. And yeah, it's been a good time. Um, this is the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series. My name is Walker McAnulty for the Midwest Motorsports crew and for James Johnson.
Don't
Keep it in
forget
your
to
lane.
stay in your lane. Happy New Year, everybody.
Wee woo, wee woo.